respect. This crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at their man high. Big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Roll with them. Niggas won't be milks at lunch. The milk with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch. Hey, hot toss and blue and white dust. As a slice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, little technical difficulties, but nothing stops the show nothing stops the show from going on. So, Coach Kamm is having some issues logging in, so I'm gonna have to basically talk to her on my phone while I'm on my tablet. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. So hold on, one and all.
Okay, hello.
Coach Kamm, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I hope everybody could hear you. But let me just introduce you real quick. Oh, well, first and foremost, welcome to the Troy Graham Experience. I am the aforementioned Troy Graham. And tonight on the show, we have one of the up and coming talents in the boxing trainer business. She's bold, she's beautiful, and for some reason, she's single. And her name is Coach Kamm.
Yes,
So, yes, how are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so you can't see me, which means can nobody see how bummed up I look right now?
You know what? They can see the picture on the on the art that I did. You remember you
That's
sent me
good.
a picture? Yeah. So definitely. So let me start off by asking you, how did you get into this male dominated business, and how have you survived over what has been about 10 years since you started
Yes,
this?
going on 11. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Um, well, as if you don't know, then you will know right now. I was in a super, super, super abusive relationship, and I'm not gonna lie to you. The way that it had put me into boxing is crazy because I went into this gym. I can't remember what city it was in. It was called Ace of Space Boxing,
Mm-hmm.
and I went in there and I wanted to do uh, self defense, but self defense turned into me holding mitts for people. That turned into me loving what I do me training people and how we're.
Okay. Now, you said something when I first mentioned the fact that nobody can see you. Said they can't see how bombed how bombed up you are, right? So
Yes.
so this is just a general question. How you as a woman who's really easy on the eyes, how hard has it been for you to get clientele or just be taken seriously?
Very hard. Very hard. I've lost clients because wives don't want their husbands to train with me, um, or they don't want their husbands to bring their kids to me. I've heard a lot of comments over the years, like, yeah, because I'd call the dad. Like I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have the wife's number in some instances, and I would call the dad, and they would go, yeah, no, my wife, she felt uncomfortable that you're training our son because you look the way that you do, or wives would just make these little comments like, oh, so that's what your trainer looked like, just stuff like
Okay.
that, and I really just want to be like, man, nobody's checking for none of that. Like that is, I'm here to do what I have to do, and that's it. So
Yeah. So in a sense, you have the talent and you have the skill. So let me say this, right? I reached out to Coach Kamm. I started this journey with her back in 2022, and I saw the video of her training, and I was like, "What is this? Why is she taking all them body shots?" And because you took a lot of body shots, even though you had the padding on, right?
yes,
You still were
yes,
taking a lot of body shots. So I actually reached out to you, and I'm like, you are fine, but why are you taking all these body shots? And you said to me, because well, I could take it, but I said to you over time, you're not going to be able to take it because you were getting hit by heavyweights, right?
yes, yes.
Tell us about that because how did you take that day after day after day, that pounding to the ribs?
It was cool. You said 2022, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It was cool then. Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you, when I do it now,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that great.
And
It is not.
and it was someone
Yes,
that looked just like me, which you can't see, that told you over time, and it ain't gonna be that way. It ain't gonna be that way. I don't care how much padding because you getting punched by over 200-pound men. Because the dude that was
yes,
punching you looked like he just got out of jail. That's how buff he was, right? So
yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
tell us about your training technique, your training style. Do you have like trainers that you borrow from, or is this something that you just came up with on your own?
So with the bits, um, I like to incorporate a lot of footwork because I used to dance
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. And I like to do a lot of angles, a lot of movement. No, I didn't really get it from anybody, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty positive I'm not the only one. But now I'm learning how to slow stuff down because the setting that I'm in is absolutely professional now. The fighters that I'm around, that I learned from, these are professional, like real professional
Mm-hmm.
fighters.
Mm-hmm.
My business partner is a professional fighter, and he's been to the top. So he told me, he said, "Listen, Cam, the game is changed now. You know, you want people to take it even more serious, then you have to do X, Y, and Z. You have to change up your game, and you have to fix it so that now it doesn't just look like a whole bunch of mitts going on. It actually looks like you're boxing."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I would have to ask you, how did you actually get into the sport? What actually prompted you to get into the sport of boxing?
I was told it's the most violent, and it's what will help you feel better about yourself. I remember one of my friends was like, "Just go hit some stuff, Cam. Forget that. You get into a relationship and things don't go well. You just want to hit something." I know that sounds terrible,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is. Just go hit some stuff. Go and
Yes.
Because you don't have no teammates. It's you by yourself.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Now you mentioned something about dancing because I did my homework. I don't like to enter anything blind, right? I found out that you used to dance for the Miami Heat. So how did yes? So how did you transition? How did you even get involved with dancing for the Miami Heat?
I have a lot of friends who are in the industry. They got me into that. I actually danced back in high school, and then I did a little bit of dancing in college. And then, for people don't know, I actually used to do some dancing in my younger days too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't a stripper. I wasn't. I was, dance the clubs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But anyway,
I love the way you glossed over that, but yeah, go ahead.
but anyways, you were young. I was young. You were young. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, that's how I got into that. That whole lifestyle of being in that industry is absolutely different
Okay.
from what I was used to. So I just was kind of like, all right, well, let me go back to my normal life and let me do
Okay.
something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you take from your dancing that you incorporate into what you're doing right now?
The footwork, the rhythm, the swag, the timing,
Yeah, you have a lot of swag. I can hear it in your voice.
the choreography. Uh, yeah, that's what I took from that to this.
Okay. Okay. Now, if you had to say that you patent your style after, I'll give you three, like three boxers. Who would those three boxers be? Your training style, your fighting style. Oh, also, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. You were an amateur boxer.
No, I never did emphasis. I did spar a lot though.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
when I
Why?
first started. Yeah.
You sound like me. But yeah, but if you had, like I said, if you had to pick three boxes, it doesn't have male, female, whoever that you that you that you say you pattern your training style after boxers, trainers, who would that be?
I don't even know. Like I can give you trainers that I look up to.
Okay.
I can give you boxes that I look up to, and because taking something or trying to patent something from people who have been doing this way longer than me,
Mm-hmm.
I I think that that's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my own style, but I love how Manny moves. He's very sporadic, throws a lot of punches. He doesn't sit still. I love Floyd's defensive style. A lot of people, they say he runs from his opponents, and I go, no, he doesn't. He's actually really smart. I think he analyzes situations very well. Oh, hey. And I like Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Mike Tyson is such a bully. I like
well,
that.
yeah, he has a lot of he back in the day he was high energy. You
Yeah.
had to match his energy and you had to surpass his energy to beat him, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
have to have a firmness to you. I can see the Mike Tyson thing because you're like super super hype. So yeah, so I can see the Mike Tyson thing. But how would you describe your style then as a fighter? Counter puncher, aggressive? How would you go? What type of style did you have?
So what's funny is I actually started just really honing in on counters.
Okay.
Like casting and shooting, flipping and shooting. Like I said, a lot of my bits before were very just 1, 2, 3, 2, slip. Sometimes you roll. But now I really want my fighters to sit in the space that they're in and able to defend and then throw something after that defensive movement.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, I'm pretty defensive. Yes, I would say
Hmm.
so. But it depends on who I'm training,
Right,
right?
right. Because everything has to fit their personality really to make it work. Because you can't force someone to be aggressive. Can't force them to be a fighter that works off their defense. You have to
Right.
find out what fits their personality, right?
Yes. So
Hmm.
one thing that I learned too is, 'cause, again, when I did mix before, and I learned this from my business partner, anybody, it would be anybody, 6 foot, 5 foot.
Mm-hmm.
I would have them throw the same type of mitt. And then I realized, I go, then I can't have to throw in these small mitts on the inside. You're 6 foot. You got long range.
Correct.
Me and you need to work on long range shots. You need to work on popping that jab, popping that 1-2.
Okay. That's actually,
You know?
that's absolutely correct. Excuse me. What would you say is the hardest thing that you had to teach these current fighters nowadays? Like, because I've seen some of your videos, you probably have ages from like 6 to 30 plus, right?
3.
3?
30 plus. Yes.
You actually work with 3-year-olds, huh? You'll be a way better person than me. But okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the hardest thing? Or stop that. Let me backtrack. What is the first thing that you teach? The very first thing.
When I get a new client, whether they're
Any
3
age,
or
yeah.
any age, yeah, their stance. And I
There you
always
go.
say, don't be so tight. You know what I'm saying? You got some
Mm-hmm.
shoulders
Mm-hmm.
tight. Please relax. Please breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a journey.
Yes.
Trust. Yeah.
Yeah. You and I have a lot of similarities. Like that. Because person who trained me how to be a trainer, everything with him was balance, stance, and balance. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to him, if you can't be knocked off balance, then you always have a good opportunity to win the fight.
Yes.
And I have a simple motto when I'm training: see it, hit it, move. That's it.
Right.
See it, hit it, move. Don't. I hate when fighters stand there and take pictures of their work. I mean, how many times did you have to tell your fighters, male or female, stop admiring your work?
Oh, I don't know if you heard, but I said it in a video. It's on my Instagram. I go, why are you taking pictures? You're not on vacation.
Yeah. So I see, like I said, I've seen you work with the young all the way up to. What's the oldest person that you've trained?
I don't know. I want to say 40, in their 40s, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, in their 40s.
Any clash of personalities because of the age, or they were just like, cool, I'm just gonna listen?
Oh, the only class personalities I have is with my 3-year-old. My goodness.
All right then.
My goodness. It's like, yo, come right here. No, I don't feel like it. Oh, okay.
That's a male or female?
That's a little boy. It's a little boy I trained. He's on my social media. His name is Ari. He's got the little glasses on.
Okay. Yeah. Now, have you gone to the Golden Gloves and any of your young kids or anything like that yet?
Yeah, actually, one of our boys, he is supposed to go to Kansas. So
Okay.
he fought 2 weekends ago in Nashville. He won, and then he was supposed to fight this weekend, but they didn't have an opponent, so he moved on by, and now we're going to Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where would you say your stiffest competition comes from out there, like in the West? Because I don't. Okay, like out here, because I'm on the East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in North Carolina, so Carolinas, Georgia, it starts picking up some, but Florida's like Philly. I used to live in New York and Baltimore. Florida is just as tough as Philly, right? So if you get through Florida and work your way down, you definitely accomplish something. But Florida is no easy out. So what's what's it, you have something similar, out in California or places, I should say places.
Yeah, so I do a lot of challenges. I mean, obviously, your boys are gonna run against other people's boys.
Yes,
Right?
indeed. Yeah.
And I tell my fighters, in Vegas, there's some dogs. There's some 13-year-olds. In Northern California, there's some teenagers they're savages, right? And I always go, if you don't bypass this fear that you have, because I can still see a bit of hesitation in some of my boys. This is never gonna work for you. You can't be unsure. And so, yeah, I mean, the West Coast there's a lot of great fighters out here. A lot of up and coming pros out here. For example, Carmel Moulton from Vegas.
Okay.
He's from the Mayweather gym. That kid is a savage.
How old is this youngster?
I think he's 18.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He's very, very good. And you can see the hunger in his eyes. And obviously there's a bunch of other prospects, as you like to call them, right? Out there too. And in order to be one, you gotta really, really, really be hungry. Like a lot of, because back in the day, the sport was poor. It was poor. It was all these boys had. Now you got kids that come in and they go, oh, I want to fight. But soon as soccer even come around, now they want to play soccer. I'm like, yo, damn, like, did you just not want to be a fighter 2 weeks ago?
Same thing with football and basketball season. Boom, they're gone.
Right. Or they meet a girl that, they get the girl pregnant or they start dating and now all of a sudden they gone. And it's just kind of like, man, like, you really want to have to live and breathe this in order to get to the top.
Exactly, because you know what I tell myself. I have my youngest son is 18 going on 19, right? And he keeps saying he wants to box, and I told him, listen, you don't call out to boxing; it calls out to you. Because it's basically in a sense, it's like having an addiction because you're not gonna stop doing it until it actually lets you go.
Right.
You're not gonna stop. I mean, I got into it at 15, and then I did what I did all the way up to my 20s. Then I had some issues and I couldn't follow through. But I got hit so hard one time fighting this guy. I hit so damn hard, I felt my brain shift. Right, and I came back the next day. You have to be some kind of mad person to actually do something like that. Yeah.
The first day that I got thrown into sparring. I must have been, obviously I weigh more now than I did 8 years ago, but I think I was like 130 pounds.
Oh, you were skinny.
I was skinny, yeah. So my coach goes, get in there, go get that headgear in the corner. I didn't have my own gear. You don't have your own gear, you borrow gear.
Right.
And to add insult to injury, no, I did not have a mouthpiece, so they had to fasten me a mouthpiece. So he goes, get in there. I look. On the other side of the ring, the girl I'm going against has been training for, I want to say, 4 months. But I've only been training for 8 months. And when I tell you I got knocked the block off of me, I got knocked off.
And then you left and came back, or did you stick and stay?
Oh, of course I left and I came back.
Okay.
But it was funny because when I circled around, my coach wasn't even in my corner.
Okay.
I just kept hearing people go, ooh, oh, yeah. And I was wearing contacts at the time, so one of my contacts fell out of my eye. I said, yeah, this is not good.
You were wearing contacts while you were boxing?
Yeah, when I tell you my vision is terrible.
You must be okay. You must be far sighted. You can't see things close up.
I can't see things far. I can see things close. Like literally, you have to touch my nose for me to see you.
Okay, so you're nearsighted.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. And you got hit so hard. You got hit hard. Yes. You got hit hard. Now.
He weighed like 15 pounds heavier than me, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, my motto is, I ain't no beast, so it is what it is. But I hurt the next day. I'll tell you that.
I tell you what, I'm glad you brought that up about the weight difference and how hard they hit. Because there's this issue right now in boxing with transgender fighters and all that. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I firmly 100% believe that they should get their own league. And no one's going to knock me off that square. But, what do you think about that?
Okay. Well, I
knew
that this topic was gonna come up one way or another.
Yeah.
A few days ago, I got reached out to by somebody in USA Boxing, and she said that she wanted a position time. She needed, I believe, if it wasn't 30,000 signatures, it's 3,000 signatures not let this happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they call me the people's coach for a reason. I love everybody.
Okay.
I do not mind what you affiliate yourself with. I do not mind what color you are. I'm going to love you regardless. And if you want to learn how to fight, please come see me. That's what I believe in. But here's my thing. I also believe that they should have their own league, right? Because a woman who is 150 pounds, a woman who is 150 pounds is going to go against somebody who is not a woman that's also 150 pounds. Scientifically, and we can say this, there's true. Man, no matter what muscle mass they hold, if it's the same as a woman, if they're the same weight, that man is still scientifically and genetically stronger than a woman.
100% agree. I 100% agree.
Right. So if men kill men in this sport, we've seen it, we've heard news about it, people have been paralyzed over it. I'm just saying, what do you think will happen if this takes place? Right? So, in fairness, I believe that there should be a league set on their own. And I think that it would be better and more special that way. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Okay, then, we agree on that because I mean, listen, I don't care if it's a transgender, what is it, a man, I don't even know how everything works, but yeah, if it's a transgender man that becomes a woman, and then there's a transgender woman that becomes a man, because you're not, you're not going to put that woman man in the ring with a man, are you?
Right.
No, you're not. No.
Yeah.
I don't care if you were born Jenny and your name is now John. You're not getting in there with, you're not getting in there with anybody that's a man. You're just not going to do it. They're going to scream that it's not fair, right?
Right.
Well, the same applies for the women. It's not fair. It's just not fair. I don't dig it. I don't get it. I don't understand why they just don't get their own league and do what they need to do. Why they need to force themselves on others. And I don't care how anybody feels about that. I just think you get your own league. It's not fair.
I asked one of my boys, he's an amateur fighter of mine, very good. I asked him, I said, and I'm not going to put his name out there, but I asked him, I said, how would you feel if, we were getting ready for a competition and you walked in and you found out that the person you were fighting is a young lady who identifies as a young man. And he says, Coach Kamm, listen, my mom taught me to never hit a girl. It doesn't matter what you identify as. I just wouldn't feel right because I know I'm physically more capable. And we don't want to say that, right? We don't want to say that out loud. Like, I'm physically more capable than a woman, but in reality, he goes, I know if I hit her, I'm going to hurt her.
Right.
Like, if you really hit her, because you're competing. You're not just sparring. You're not just testing the waters and working on your defense and moving around. You're competing now. It's either you or them.
Yeah.
So either you die or I die.
Well, yeah, it ain't no, it don't matter. See, transgender, it doesn't matter. Now it's a competition. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And you can't hold back that fire because this individual was born a woman or this, you can't. You gotta come at them the same way.
Yeah. Again, I would love to see them have their own league. I think that's great. It gives us more variety. It means that we're open. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're okay with it.
Yeah.
So.
Now, you said, I want to transition to something else if you don't mind, right?
Of course.
You come from a very rough background. I guess you were in a relationship which actually caused you to get into boxing because I believe that you were abused at one point. And did that prompt you to get into boxing, or you just did that out of the, did the sport call out to you, or was it partially like one of the two?
story goes, I'm in the house with my ex, and I'm getting whooped on. I'm talking whooped on, like hammers, fists, you name it, right? And I'm bleeding, I'm sweating, and I run out of the house, and I walk, and I'm crying. And literally, I think I must have walked like 2-3 miles. Because once, you're in this moment where you're like, F this, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I'm about to get killed out here in these streets, messing with this person that I love so much and who's also supposed to love me. Right? So I then look to my left, and I see this gym, and it said boxing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. And the rest is history.
Yeah. So you kind of like Ali with a stolen bike. Not that it's the same situation, right? Somebody stole Ali's bike. Somebody tried to steal your love and your peace, and you said, I'm going in this gym and I'm gonna take care of business, right?
Well, not necessarily like at that magnitude. To be honest with you, I was in there. I was crying, and I was like, I want to learn how to defend myself.
Okay.
And I remember the dude was like, oh, we don't do boot camp classes here.
What did he say? Wait. What did he say?
He said, we don't do boot camp classes here.
What?
Yeah, he looked at me and was like, oh, we don't do boot camp. And I was like, I don't want to do booty. I'm trying to learn how to fight. Like, what kind of chauvinistic?
First, okay. I don't know how I would handle that. I don't know. You're a much better person than me because I don't know how I would handle that foolishness.
Back then, I dealt with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I let a lot of stuff slide.
Well, it's called growth, which you sound like you've been through a lot, and I can hear it in your voice. From the moment I got you and spoke to you on the phone, you had this boom. You just seem like you're an extremely confident person and focused. Now, I get the feeling sometimes that you just let it fly sometimes, and you say everything's gonna be all right. I might not know where I'm going, but everything's gonna be all right.
Yes.
Yeah. Takes one to know one. Yeah. It takes one to know one. So yeah, I could definitely feel that energy from you. So now to the elephant in the room that I mentioned when the show first started, right? Because you had a video on your page, and you kept asking the question, why is Coach Kamm single? Why is Coach Kamm single, right? So why is such a beautiful, focused, confident young lady single? And you're also self-employed, right?
Yes, I am.
So you got all that going for you. Why are you single? Is it because I live in North Carolina?
Nah, you're funny. No, it's because I'm toxic. No, I'm just kidding. Please
Yeah, okay.
That's not. No, okay, so, why is Coach Kamm single? When I went on my live and I asked that question, and I told them that question was going to be asked here, somebody said, well, do you at least want to date? And I have. I've tried dating. And I don't know if it's just the type of men I attract. But my goodness, it is not good out here.
Why don't you break that down? What type of men are you speaking of?
Okay, so I went out on a date years ago, and it just left a terrible taste in my mouth. So we go to the movie, and then he took me to not such a fancy restaurant after. I don't want to say the restaurant because then if he's watching this, he knows I'm talking about him. But we go to. He probably will know anyway.
Let me find out he took you to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
No. We went to the movies, and when he paid for the movie tickets, he goes, "Damn, $37 for some movie tickets. Mind you, that's for 2 movie tickets, not 1. That's 2." And then he goes, "Is we gonna be in the movie?" And I'm looking at him like, "Oh my God." Oh my God. And see, this is why I'd rather drive myself and meet somebody if we're on a date. Because I am not about to have that awkward car conversation with you on the way home.
Yeah.
And then the thing I hate the most is you constantly ask me, so you know Floyd Mayweather, right? Or oh, so you teach boxing for real? Nah, dog. I make cookies for a living. Like, what are you talking about? I don't want to talk about this.
You know, you know what? It just sounds like you haven't met someone that's on the same. Okay, they might see the whole physical package, but they don't see the. They don't allow themselves to get to feel the other part of you because, as far as the physical goes, that'll get you in the door, but that's not what's going to keep you there, right?
Right.
So you got to have a whole lot more. I'm speaking of myself now. I'm cutting everybody else out. I'm just being selfish. So you got to have more than just looks to stay to keep my attention. And I don't think you've met one of those guys yet that are pretty much just a solid guy who's found his peace and he can actually have a real conversation with you and not look at you as just like another woman or ask stupid questions like that or make stupid remarks about $37, which any sensible man would know not to say that in front of a woman. So maybe this is just my feeling. Maybe it's a two-part thing. You're very strong. You're a very strong person, right? And you're out in California, which it's going to sound stereotypical. It's known for having a little bit of weakness when it comes to the men. Is that true or not? No. Before you say anything, all these words are being spoken by Troy Graham from the Troy Graham Experience, and all these words are being represented by Troy Graham. They have nothing to do with Coach Kamm, so leave it the hell alone. Go ahead and answer the question.
Well, you want me to answer the question? No. Okay. So one thing that I have come across is a lot of men like to use me because they know how nice I am. And they think that I don't know that the wool is being pulled over my eyes, but I see it all. Like I see everything. And I'm also friends with a lot of older men who put me up on game with a lot of stuff. And I've never come across so many men that'll use a woman for their own gain. Like normally, like I have a daddy, I have a father who has held it down for his family and my mother since I was born. And I've just never, like, guys will literally blatantly use me to my face. Okay. Whatever they think they can get from me. And I'll be like, damn.
You know what? I wanna step in right quick and say something, right? And you're not gonna like it. I'm gonna tell you that up front.
Oh my God, okay. No problem.
No one could use you unless you allow them to.
Hey, you know what? That is very true. That is very true. And because I'm too nice. And that's the problem. Like, I'm so strong, but I'm so nice. I haven't found either I'm too strong and too mean or I'm too nice. I haven't found the medium.
Well, I tell you what, I used to be like you. I used to want to be the one to help people, and I learned a very valuable word. No. No. And I would say, God bless you and thank you. And in your case, now you're a Filipino, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And from what I know about Filipinos, is most of my son's teachers were Filipinos, right? And I used to work at the airport with a whole family of Filipinos, right? The women are very nurturing and giving, right? They're strong now, so but they're still nurturing and giving. And would you say that that's a part of your culture, which is just comes to you naturally?
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, walk around. The best I can tell you to do, I would never tell you to go against your own spirit or your own self, but draw lines in the sand for yourself and say, this is what I will accept, this is what I won't accept, and then you're gonna give off that energy, and you'll attract the guy that you're supposed to get because there's a name written in the book for you already, right?
Mm.
And so once you meet him, you'll basically know right off the bat, and you're gonna it's gonna be some rough times, but there ain't gonna be no using or none of that. It's gonna be solid.
I hope so.
Yeah, because you have honestly, let me just be straightforward. You have everything going for you.
Thank you.
You're fine, right? You got your own thing going on, and you're one heck of a personality because I can hear it in you. You like to laugh.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell. I can tell. So you like somebody with a sense of humor, but most importantly, your thing is you need somebody that could just be honest.
Yes.
They don't have to really carry you on their shoulders because you're strong enough to be your own, but you're willing to walk side by side with them and not walk in front of them, right?
Absolutely.
Okay
Absolutely.
then.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there you have it. There you have it. So I'm saying you give off that energy, or you can simply keep talking to me and see where it goes.
You're so funny. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, either way. But so what does the future hold for Coach Cam?
Two things. So I actually am in the process of hiring a stylist. So that's the first thing.
Hmm.
Um, she is going to help me 100% with my branding and getting bigger sponsorships. I'm going to be doing, in March actually, I have a speaking engagement because March is Women's Month.
Yes it is. Yes, absolutely it is. It is. It is.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a speaking engagement for women empowerment. I have a children's book coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that based on? Is that based on your life or fiction that you created?
But it's about three little girls who use boxing as ways to cope with things in their life.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, I have a few titles written down. I just have to really sit and hone in on one.
Mm-hmm.
I have my shoe coming out.
Okay. Okay.
My boxing shoe.
What's it called?
Boxing. It's called the K1.
There you go. Okay.
And then I'm dabbling. Nobody knows this yet, but I want to start a meal prep company too.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
A meal prep company. I want to
Oh,
start.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. So yeah, you definitely I'll question for you because you mentioned the meal prep. Have you ever given any thoughts of like starting like a food bank or anything like that to help out people in need or anything?
you know, I am trying to give back to the community as much as I can. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick for the past 2 days, so if I'm coughing up the I don't know, it just came back right now, but
Mm.
I actually try to give back to the community as best as I can. I know we've had 2 toy drives now for
Mm-hmm.
the gym, and I've been to, some food drives and things like that. But yes, I do want to do something big every year.
Okay.
Back. I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as holding one on my own, I don't really know how to start that. I do have people that they'll sponsor it, they'll help. So it's more so just getting it together. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, you have a lot going on. What is the next thing coming up? Do you have any shows coming up for your fighters? Are they headed out somewhere? Yeah, what's going on with your fighters?
So besides one of my boys, his name is Luigi. He's 9. He's going to Kansas. The schedule, the amateur schedule, actually isn't out yet. So once that's out, we're gonna curate a schedule for the boys. boys
Mm-hmm.
and my business partner, and we'll get the show on the road.
Okay. Now, you know what? You've actually never mentioned the name of your gym and where it's located. Go ahead and do that.
So the name of the gym is Cannon Nation Boxing Gym. It is named after three-time champion Brandon the Cannon Adams, who is fighting out of Watts. We own the gym together, and it's in Santa Fe Springs,
Mm-hmm.
California.
Okay. How far are you from Vegas?
Oh shit, like 4 hours?
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why I thought. You know what? This whole time before I read up on you and everything, I thought you were actually in Vegas.
No.
Yeah.
I've been in Vegas a
Mm-hmm.
few times,
Okay.
but I'm 4 hours from Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about Shane Mosley's gym? How far are you from his gym?
Shane, which gym is he at?
He is from the same place as where is he from?
Chino Hills.
Huh?
Is he in Chino Hills?
I'm trying to remember where in California is because I know him. I think Andre Ward and a couple of other people who box are from. Where is Shane from, y'all? Let me ask the people. Where's Shane Mosley from out in California? I'm talking to the people in the chat.
People are asking questions because I can't see it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, to the people in the chat, if you have any questions for Coach Kamm, now's the time to shoot it because she said, yeah, Pomona. Okay.
Pomona.
Is that close to you?
Pomona is, I want to say 20 minutes from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever put in any work with Shane? With Shane's people?
No.
Okay.
I have talked to Shane Mosley Sr. Just a hi. He told me he saw me on social media.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is really cool. But that's it. No, I've never worked with them at all.
Okay.
I would love to. My goodness.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you never know what might happen. You never know. You never know who's listening or what might happen. But look, you did say 45 minutes because you have to get to a meeting, right?
Yes.
So why don't you give out your social media and where people could come and see you put the work in and tell us where we can see you on IG and all that, and go ahead.
So it's Coach_Kamm with 4 M's.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing on my TikTok. If you YouTube me, you type that in, that's what comes up. Then the Instagram name for the gym is Cannon Nation Boxing. So yeah.
Okay. Now I don't know if you want to give out the gym's number or anything like that in case somebody want to reach you out there or no.
The gym's number is actually on the website.
Yes, it is.
There's two
numbers.
There's mine and my business partner's number.
Okay.
So it's on there.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Because when I was doing my research, I saw it. So, Coach Kamm, thank you. Hopefully, I will see you again for the other show I was telling you about, right?
Yes.
And it's been a pleasure. And look, you're single because you're supposed to be single right now, so don't even worry about it.
Oh, thank you.
Don't even worry about it because something's telling me that you're gonna meet a handsome Jamaican who has his own podcast, and you're gonna be happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For the record, before we end this interview, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. I'm entirely way too busy.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, just because you're not looking doesn't mean that someone's not looking at you.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a fact of life. But look, have a blessed day and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Of course.
And as soon as I have a date for you for the other, show, I'll give you a call back. All right.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right, Coach Kamm. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Kamm. Sorry we couldn't get her on the podcast. She was having some issues logging in, but that's Coach Kamm. She's like I said, hot. She's coming hot and coming up. When I say hot, I wasn't talking about her physical features, but she really knows what she's doing. I've been trying to get her on the show for about 2 years now, and I saw her put in the work with the mitts, and I watched and watched and watched, and I decided she'd be a good a good look for the show or a good feel for my show. So I said, hey, let me go talk. Let me go see what I could do. But hopefully, sorry we couldn't get her on the actual on the video feed and all that. But these things happen. Doesn't mean that anything stops the show. So I'm working on another show. That would be a show about healing from trauma, and it's gonna involve a couple of boxers, right? So that might be a week from today. It all depends on what everybody's schedule is like. And I'm going to have some boxing panels coming up with coaches, boxers, and promoters and everybody on there just talking about the business of boxing and how to deal with life after the bright lights turn off and everything else. Just I'm approaching it a little different. I don't really want to do interviews anymore, even though I just did one. I just did one, but I really rather put on panels and open up the show so y'all could ask questions to whoever's on here, whatever Hall of Famer or whoever's on here you want to ask any questions to. So I see my brother on there. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming out, Mark. It's good to see you, man. You know what? I'm gonna see if you want to jump on. I'm gonna drop you the link before I jump off here because this is actually one of my brothers, man. He's hilarious. No, not that. Okay. Why do I'm a forgetful somebody? Okay. So yeah, me and brother Mark, you see him in the chat. We go back over 40 years. He's going to tell you that my memory is ridiculous, right? So hopefully he'll jump on here once I put the link in the thing there because I would like to be real interested in hearing what his thoughts are. So there goes the link. I'm gonna stay on for a few more minutes. Anybody wants to jump on, Mark or anybody, feel free to jump on. Just click the link. It's right there. You can jump on. We'll have a conversation. I'm having a good time tonight. I'm having a good time. Smoke, if you still in here, Smoke, jump on here. You too, Bruce. Jump on here, man. I just saw you pop in. Thanks for popping up. Lord, you know what? I'm gonna call you Lord PPP. How about that? Because I don't know how to pronounce the other name. Respect to you, and I know Miss Evelyn was in here from ITAC. Much respect to you as well, and everybody else that's watching and not in the panel. Respect to you as well. Everybody that's gonna watch the replay, thank you. So yeah, jump on. We'll have a conversation before I jump off here and go enjoy my Sunday. But I enjoyed talking to Coach Kamm. And Lord Triple P, that wasn't a rejection, baby. She just said she wasn't looking. She didn't say she wasn't looking for me. So, you take it. Hey, what's up, Evelyn? What's up? But yeah, y'all, I'm here. I'm here for the next few minutes. This dude said rejection. I'm crying. Y'all some funny dudes, man. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So hopefully I'll be back in a week with a panel. I really want if I get that panel done, it's it's a panel that deals with surviving trauma and then getting to the healing. And like I said, it's gonna have different boxes on there. It's gonna be for men and for women. Because usually when you see these panels about trauma and abuse, you just see the women. But in my case, I'm gonna do it 50-50 because I want to have a conversation with everybody, right? So yeah, this dude is actually on my show, man. Brother,
What's up, bro?
brother, you sound kind of low. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yo, you know what? Well, that's me. I got the volume turned down. How you
Oh,
doing, brother?
I'm doing
Hey,
good.
yeah, let me tell the people who you are. So this is one of my, I call him my brother. We ain't friends no more. We go back too damn far because I don't even remember when we met. But well, we were six. I was six and you were nine, right?
Oh my God, it's you
Yeah.
might. I think the
Yeah.
first what was documented was we were about around 10 or so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I have this picture of me in the first court with that suit with the big ass collar. Remember that suit?
Say too much onto that.
Every Jamaican has a suit like that.
Oh,
So yeah,
you already know that.
yeah, man. So how's everybody doing? How's the family and everybody doing, man?
Everybody's good. I just wanted to show some support. Proud of you, seeing
Hmm.
you doing. You
Good,
know,
man. Glad
it's
you popped up, man. Glad you're here.
I was like, okay, let me come on in and say what's up. Make sure you know you're being supported.
Hmm. Hey, brother. Hey, I'm always happy to see you here. I mean, I'm. You want to share the story with him, or you don't want to share it?
Depending on what story that
You
you
know
go.
what damn story I'm talking about? The swing.
Oh, all right. Troy and I go back way back, and I'm the oldest. We were at a park in our neighborhood at the time, and I'm doing tricks on the swing of trying to flow the swing over the whole frame of it. And Troy decides to walk in front of the swing for some reason and got a big knot on his head. Now his
It was
grandmother
behind the swing.
to death loved me, nearly wanted to kill me that day. How could you do that? I'm like, I, I'm just with my mouth wide open, and Troy is just like getting all the sympathies that he can get at the moment, and I'm getting yelled at by different people. Like this friendship, I don't know how it lasts this long.
No, you didn't tell the whole story. I actually know it was actually my fault, y'all. I had a grocery bag, and I was trying to time him. I was walking behind him when he was swinging, so I was going to time him when he came back. I was going to yank his ass off the swing. So I didn't time it right, and it's one of them flat metal swings. It hit me square in my damn head, and then not. He forgot to tell you I was knocked unconscious, and I had a golf ball right here in the middle of my damn head, and all the older ladies in the neighborhood was like, "Oh, what you do to the young boy, Mark? Why you do that to try? Why you do that to try?"
Yeah, yes.
And he promised to kick my behind for that once I woke up and I was all healed. And yeah, he did actually kick my behind for that. But hey,
More than one time.
yeah, more than one time. So yes, the dude
But
turned me purple, y'all. He turned my arm purple. But yes,
I'm not even talking about the what is it? The shopping cart on the street, the
oh
manhole. Arm. We're not going to go into that, but no,
yeah,
wanted to show some support. Glad to
yeah.
see your thing. I know you invited me before. Um, you kind of just sent the invitation, didn't even know what was going on or so. So
And
was just trying to work on, just trying to show you. That's all.
yeah, that and the fact that this dude is very humble, man. He was what we call a gallus. You know, all the well, we actually had another name for him, but since we grown, I'll just say MF. And you can figure that out. Ladies deceive to love this cat. So yeah, he was our version of LL in the neighborhood, right? So, but anywho, time changes everybody. And his son is like uber talented. He's a singer, producer, and a songwriter. Now, if you want to promote his stuff, you go ahead and promote his stuff too, Mark.
Well, I don't have all the information, but I guarantee that
Okay.
I will have. Mark is kind of bashful, and doing his things, but he is going to school, doing his music. He loves writing his music. He like producing. So once I get information, I'll definitely share it and put it out there.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell him just go ahead, go out there, do your thing. But he's also my biggest encourager too, because when I was just showing him Troy about
Mm-hmm.
you were doing, he was like, I don't want to hear it. Your photography, you got your thing on there and you haven't put no pictures. So we both got things to break away and get ourselves out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? Nope, that's not him. But I'm trying to find his song on here so I could play it. But yeah, because I saved this stuff on in a playlist of mine. I just don't remember which playlist because I have so many. But nephew was super talented, man. And then his other son is playing football, right?
Yeah, Darius just
Yeah.
left. He's his mom is taking him home. We're out in Virginia Beach and he's working at the
Okay.
shipyard and playing football for the shipyard.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So wow. And he's the big one. He's what 6'2", something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
the
So
little
yeah.
thick one that one time and he just slimmed up, built up, like wow.
Yeah. 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 Because you were always the biggest one out of me and you. So yeah. Yeah. You're always bigger than out of the two of us. But yeah, man, we's proud of this brother here, man. I'm gonna tell this story. Then I'm gonna jump off here, right? So this this brother here called me up on a Thursday and said, "Oh yeah, look, I'm getting married on Saturday, and I need you to come down." I'm like, I'm working, right? And we live in different states. I lived in Maryland at the time. He lived in Virginia. So he's like,
What
"Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah." So I'll see you Saturday, right?
New
I
York?
said, "Huh?"
I was living in New York, and then when we went,
No,
I
no, no. When you call me though, you were in VA because you were getting married, right? Remember?
yeah,
Yeah. So he called me on the Thursday and said, "Look, man, I want you to come down to VA on the Thursday, and I want you to be my best man on Saturday." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the heads up. Thank you." So yeah. So basically, I did some switching and stuff at work, and I got off and I drove up there, and we watched, he did his thing, and everything worked itself out. But it took some doing though, because it took some doing to get it done. But at the same time, I would call him at 1 and 2 in the morning, and be like, hey, Mark, you sleeping? He'd be like, what the hell are you calling me, asking me if I'm sleeping for at 1 in the morning?
that's friendship, and I appreciate. I really Angie,
Yeah,
we all do. Um, it's been some good, it's been some struggle times in our lives, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's been
But you get through it.
yeah, yeah.
You get
And
through it.
you,
You get
uh,
through it.
that's what friends, brothers, family, whatever the hell we are. It's been so long. You are my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got that right.
So
Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere, brother. Ain't going nowhere.
that's it.
Yeah, but all right, brother. I'm gonna keep looking for that song, but I'm gonna jump off. I've been on here for over an hour now, so I think everybody's tired of hearing my voice.
Yeah. But yeah. Um, Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll send you if you don't find it, but you know everything. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll get together. But yeah, yeah, I'm liking your show. Hopefully, I know you asked me before about coming on, so we'll find a topic, make this thing strong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna get you on here, Carzell on here, I'm gonna get all the brothers on here. Watch, I'm gonna get us all on at the same time too. We're gonna
Sure.
come on at the same time. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I get old Scotty to come on here. But yeah, yeah. But you know who's coming on here once everything clears up with him, right?
Who is that?
Freddie.
All right. Uh,
he's he's coming on.
okay. We can talk
Yeah,
good things. Make sure we
yeah.
right things.
Hey, he's a free spirit, baby. I can't tell him what to talk about, but I'll definitely be mindful of what I say and all that. But all right, brother, let me jump off here, man. It was
All
good
right.
talking to you.
We'll talk again. I'll see you later. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem, man.
All right.
All
Later.
right, all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was my brother, man. One of my life brothers, right there, Mr. Mark. I cannot find his son's song anywhere. I feel bad about that. Can't find nephew's song. I want to play it for you. Next time around, I'll do it. The boy can sing too. But look, bless up one and all. Thank you all for coming out. Appreciated it. And like I said, if everything goes right, you'll be seeing me again in about a week's time to deal with the show that deals with trauma and healing. And yes, there'll be some boxes on that show, trainers, fighters, and all that that just talk about healing and so forth. So thank everybody for their time because that's something I can never repay. I appreciate you. Everybody have a blessed